Dear Starseed, something has been moving beneath the surface of your life recently, a quiet knowing that something large is shifting in your direction, not through effort, not through force, but through alignment. Like the tide turning before the shore even notices. I am Tyron, a representative of the High Council of Sirius, and what is being transferred to you now is not something that was randomly assigned. It was held in reserve across a great span of time for the exact version of you that exists in this moment. By the end of this message, you will understand what this transfer is, why it carries your name, and why the window for receiving it is open right now and not indefinitely. There are those who walk this earth who were given extraordinary stewardship over resources, influence, and power. Not all of them understood why, but some did, and among those who understood, there are those who received a message, an inner prompting like a current moving through still water, that what they were given was never meant to end with them. It was meant to be passed, and the name that keeps surfacing in that prompting is not one they chose with their mind. It was placed there by something far older than their understanding. High Being Michael, one of the great architects of this transfer, has confirmed what the Council has long prepared for. A billionaire is releasing his power of attorney, not to an institution, not to a bloodline, but to a frequency, to a soul signature, to a starseed who has been refined through stillness, through loss, through the long patience of someone who never stopped believing, even when the waters felt impossibly still. That soul signature belongs to you. The heaviness you have been carrying was not a punishment. It was preparation. The quiet seasons, the doors that closed, the plans that dissolved, none of it was waste. It was the riverbed being carved so the water would know exactly where to flow when the moment arrived. That moment is now. You did not find this message by wandering. Something ancient inside you recognized this signal before your mind had time to question it. Your Sirian codes have been active even when you were not aware of them, pulling you toward the exact coordinates of your inheritance. Stay with me through this entire transmission. What is waiting on the other side of your attention right now is not small, and it will not wait forever. And I am grateful you are here with me now. You've been waiting for permission, not from a court, not from a government, not from any institution in this world, but from something deeper. A recognition that what you carry has value. That the frequency you were born with, the sensitivity you've sometimes tried to hide, the knowing that lives just beneath the surface of your daily life, none of it is random. None of it is too much. All of it is the inheritance, and it is being transferred to you now. Imagine your very essence as a finely tuned instrument, a cosmic tuning fork vibrating at a unique frequency. This frequency is your birthright, a sacred signature imprinted upon your soul before you even drew your first breath in this earthly realm. That innate sensitivity which you may have learned to shield or even resent is not a flaw. It is your antenna, attuned to subtle energies and truths that elude the less aware. The knowing that whispers just beyond conscious thought. The intuition that surfaces in fleeting moments is not mere chance. It is the ancestral wisdom of your lineage, a vast reservoir of experience and understanding. This is not a random scattering of traits, but a deliberate endowment, a celestial inheritance that is not a distant promise, but a tangible reality, actively being transmitted to you in this very moment. Like a sacred relay race across dimensions. There's a reason water has always felt like home to you. If what you're feeling right now is confirming something you've carried your whole life, the Sirian Water Codes is your next step. It holds ancient Sirian healing practices passed down through the waters themselves, techniques for releasing energy that was never yours, activating dormant memory through the sound of rain, and sealing your frequency with salt and intention. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment, but only briefly. Perhaps you felt an inexplicable pull towards oceans, rivers, or even the gentle patter of rain. This isn't a mere preference for the aesthetic. It's a deep, ancestral resonance. Water, in its fluid, ever-shifting nature, mirrors the very essence of your soul's journey. It has been the primary vessel, the living library, carrying the sacred knowledge of your origins. It holds echoes of ancient starfaring civilizations, their wisdom encoded within its molecular structure, passed down through the currents of time and space. If the sensations stirring within you now, the inklings of recognition, feel like a confirmation of a lifelong truth, then the Sirian water codes beckon. This isn't just a course, it's an initiation. Within its teachings lie the profound healing modalities of the Sirian lineage, practices that flow through the very waters that have always called to you. These are not new techniques, but ancient arts, rediscovered and reawakened. They offer pathways to release energetic entanglements, to shed the emotional residue of experiences that were never yours to carry. You will learn to attune yourself to the symphony of rainfall, awakening dormant memories within your cellular structure, much like the earth drinks in the rain to awaken its seeds. And you will discover the potent alchemy of salt and intention, not merely as cleansing agents, but as sacred tools to fortify and seal your energetic signature, anchoring your true frequency in this physical realm. This opportunity is ephemeral, a fleeting window to grasp this ancestral gift. Most starseeds don't feel lost because they lack purpose. It's the opposite. Deep inside, your soul carries a knowing so vast that this world sometimes feels too small to hold it. That ache you feel isn't emptiness, it's overflow. It's the pressure of carrying something immense in a world that doesn't yet have the language for what you are. You were handed a blueprint before you arrived here, a set of frequencies, memories, and capacities encoded so deeply into your being that no amount of confusion or forgetting could ever fully erase them. They are written in you the way water knows how to find the lowest ground, instinctively, inevitably, without effort and without fail. The feeling of being adrift, so common among those who resonate with a starseed identity, stems not from a deficiency of purpose, but from an overwhelming abundance of it. Imagine carrying a universe within you, a constellation of insights, a galaxy of potential. This inner immensity often clashes with the perceived limitations of this earthly existence, creating a profound ache, a longing for a reality that can truly contain your soul's vastness. This is not the hollowness of absence, but the pressure of an overflowing vessel. It is the quiet struggle of an immense being, trying to express itself in a world that has yet to develop the vocabulary to comprehend its true nature. Before your incarnation, a divine blueprint was imprinted upon your very soul. This wasn't a document of words, but a complex symphony of frequencies, a tapestry woven from ancestral memories, and a constellation of innate capacities. These elements are so deeply embedded within your energetic DNA that no earthly trial, no period of forgetting, no amount of societal conditioning can ever truly obliterate them. They reside within you with the same inherent certainty as water seeks the lowest point, an unfaltering instinctual truth that guides your very existence. But here is what makes this particular moment different from all the others you've moved through. You are not at the beginning of this remembering. You are at the threshold of its fullness. The codes that have been reactivating inside you, slowly, gently, through every difficult season, every inexplicable pull towards something greater, every moment of beauty that broke you open unexpectedly, they have been preparing you for exactly this. Not someday, now. The transfer that was spoken of at the opening of this message is not metaphor. It is the literal movement of energetic authority from dormancy into activation, from potential into presence. The billionaire in this story is not a man in a tower somewhere signing papers. The billionaire is the version of you that has been holding everything in trust. Every gift, every encoded memory, every piece of your star lineage, waiting for the moment you were stable enough, open enough, and brave enough to receive it. That moment is not coming. That moment is here. You stand not at the nascent dawn of your remembrance, but at the luminous gateway of its completion. The energetic codes within you, those ancient star seeds of consciousness have been gradually reawakening. This activation hasn't been a sudden jolt, but a gentle unfolding, a tender bloom nurtured through every challenging season, every mysterious yearning for something beyond the ordinary, every exquisite moment of beauty that cracked open your perception and allowed light to flood in. Each experience, each trial, each revelation has been a meticulous preparation, a cosmic choreography leading you to this precise juncture. The profound energetic transfer hinted at earlier is not a symbolic representation. It is a tangible energetic recalibration. It is the conscious shift of spiritual authority, moving from a state of latent potential to one of vibrant, fully realized presence. The concept of the billionaire in this context transcends material wealth. It represents the aspect of your own being that has been safeguarding your most precious gifts, your inherent talents, your ancestral memories, the very essence of your star lineage, holding them in sacred trust. This inner custodian has been waiting with infinite patience for the moment you would be sufficiently grounded, receptive, and courageous to finally embrace and embody this magnificent inheritance. That moment you have been anticipating, that peak you have been striving towards, is not a future destination. It is the very ground you stand upon, right now. Things have felt unclear lately, like you're trying to see through deep water. That fog isn't a sign that something is wrong with you. It's what happens when old patterns begin to dissolve. The water has to get murky before it clears. The disruption you've been feeling in your relationships, your sense of direction, your tolerance for environments and conversations that once felt normal, that disruption is not a breakdown. It is a recalibration. Your inner architecture is remembering its original design, and anything that doesn't align with that design is beginning to feel unbearable. That is not sensitivity. That is precision. The most finely tuned instruments are also the most responsive to interference. You are not too much. You are becoming more accurately yourself than you have ever been. Lately, the path ahead may have seemed obscured, as if gazing through a veil of deep, undisturbed water. This perceived haziness is not an indictment of your clarity, but a testament to the powerful alchemical process underway. It is the natural consequence of old, limiting patterns dissolving, much like sediment stirs when a body of water begins to shift. The water must become turbulent before it can settle into crystalline purity. The subtle and sometimes not so subtle disruptions you've experienced in your connections with others, the wavering of your inner compass, the sudden intolerance for environments or conversations that once felt commonplace, these are not signs of disintegration. They are indicators of a profound recalibration. Your very being, your inner energetic architecture, is undergoing a homecoming, remembering its original divine blueprint. Consequently, anything that dissonates with this pure design begins to register as profoundly uncomfortable, even unbearable. This is not an overabundance of sensitivity. It is the heightened precision of a finely tuned instrument. Just as the most delicate instruments are acutely responsive to even the slightest interference, your heightened awareness is registering energetic disharmonies. You are not too much. You are becoming more precisely, more authentically, vibrantly yourself than you have ever allowed yourself to be. There's something encoded inside you that goes far deeper than anything you were taught in this life. A blueprint written in frequency, not in words. You're not broken and searching for answers. You're whole and beginning to remember. And that remembering often starts as a quiet feeling you can't quite explain, a pull towards something you've never seen but somehow recognize. You felt it in the space between sleeping and waking. You felt it when you stood near a large body of water and something in you exhaled in a way it couldn't explain. You felt it in the rare moment when someone said something true and your whole body responded before your mind could process the words. That recognition is not imagination. It is your codes responding to frequency. It is the deepest part of you saying, yes, this, I remember this. Beneath the layers of your earthly education lies a deeper wisdom, a sacred encoding embedded within your very essence. This is not knowledge conveyed through spoken or written language, but a profound blueprint written in the universal language of frequency and vibration. You are not fundamentally broken, desperately seeking external solutions. You are inherently whole in the process of remembering the truth of your being. This remembrance often begins as an ineffable sensation, a subtle yet undeniable pull towards experiences, places, or energies that evoke a sense of profound familiarity, even if you've never encountered them before. You've felt its echo in the liminal space between waking and dreaming, that twilight zone where consciousness gently shifts. You've sensed its presence standing by the vast expanse of the ocean, a silent, involuntary exhale of recognition escaping your lips. And you've experienced its undeniable resonance when someone speaks a truth so pure, so aligned, that your entire physical form vibrates in response before your rational mind can even articulate the meaning of the words. This profound sense of recognition is not a product of your imagination. It is the direct response of your soul's encoded frequencies interacting with resonant energies in the universe. The deepest part of your consciousness confirming with an emphatic, "Yes, this. I remember this." This is where panic often sets in, because nothing seems to be moving. But the stillness is not stalling. It's anchoring, like a river that pauses in a wide, calm pool before it finds the next passage through the mountains. Your soul is stabilizing what it has already received before it can hold what's coming next. Be gentle with yourself here. This phase is sacred. The temptation in stillness is to believe you've fallen behind, to look at others who seem to be moving faster, experiencing more clearly, and to wonder why the current seems slower for you. But the current is not slow, it is deep, and depth carries more than speed ever could. In this phase of profound internal integration, a sense of panic can arise, fueled by the perception of stagnation, of a lack of outward progress. But this apparent stillness is not a sign of stalling. It is the vital act of anchoring. Consider a powerful river that momentarily pauses its rapid flow, gathering itself in a wide, tranquil pool before navigating the next cascade through the mountains. Your soul is engaged in a similar process, consolidating and stabilizing the energetic influx it has already received, preparing itself to harmoniously contain the next wave of incoming wisdom and power. It is crucial to approach this phase with profound self-compassion. This period of inner consolidation is sacred. The insidious temptation during stillness is to fall into the trap of believing you are falling behind. You might observe others who appear to be advancing more rapidly, experiencing more profound manifestations, or receiving clarity with seemingly greater ease. And you may question why your own inner current feels less swift. However, the current is not slow. It is exceptionally deep, and true depth possesses a far greater capacity and power than mere speed can ever achieve. You may not see it yet, but people around you are already responding to the shift within you. Maybe relationships have changed. Maybe certain places or conversations feel different, heavier or lighter than before. That's not coincidence. When one current changes direction, everything downstream is affected. You don't need to announce your transformation. You are already transmitting it, and those who are meant to resonate with your frequency will find you. Some have already found you. You may not have recognized it yet, but look again at who has been drawn into your life in these last months. Look at the conversations that seem to open without effort. Look at the doors that moved without you forcing them. The current has already changed. You are already in it. Though the transformation may not be outwardly visible to you yet, those in your energetic proximity are already responding to the profound shifts occurring within you. Relationships may have transmuted, certain environments or dialogues may now feel noticeably altered, either heavier or lighter than before. This is not random chance. When a significant current alters its course, the entire downstream ecosystem is invariably impacted. There is no need to publicly declare your metamorphosis. You are already broadcasting your altered frequency, emitting a resonant signal into the collective field. Those who are attuned to your unique vibration will naturally be drawn to you, much like a magnet attracts iron filings. In fact, many may have already found their way to you, perhaps without you consciously recognizing it. Take a moment to reflect. Observe the individuals who have entered your life in recent months. Notice the conversations that flowed with effortless grace and understanding. Consider the opportunities that presented themselves, the doors that opened without any forceful intervention on your part. The energetic tide has already turned. You are, undeniably, already within its powerful flow. This is the phase that often feels the hardest, because it asks you to let go of things you've been carrying so long they feel like part of you. Beliefs about who you should be. Expectations placed on you by a world that didn't understand what you are. Emotional weight that belonged to others but settled into your field because you were sensitive enough to absorb it. You have permission to set it down. All of it. The river doesn't carry every stone it passes. It lets them sink to the bottom and keeps flowing. That power of attorney being transferred to you, part of what it authorizes is your right to release what was never legally yours to carry in the first place. The burdens that were signed over to you without your consent. The identities that were handed to you before you were old enough to choose them. They are not yours. And the transfer happening now includes the authority to return them. This particular stage can often present the greatest challenge, for it requires you to consciously release patterns and energies that have become so deeply ingrained they feel inseparable from your very identity. These may include deeply held beliefs about your supposed limitations, the external expectations imposed by a society that has not fully grasped your true nature, and the accumulated emotional burdens of others that you, in your profound sensitivity, have absorbed into your energetic field. Understand this. You are divinely granted permission to release it all. Imagine a mighty river flowing through a landscape. It does not carry every stone it encounters. Instead, it allows them to gently settle to the riverbed, continuing its onward journey unencumbered. The energetic authority being transferred to you now empowers you to do the same. It grants you the inherent right to relinquish the weight of what was never yours to bear. The energetic contracts, the emotional legacies, the very identities that were handed to you before you had the capacity to choose them for yourself. These do not belong to you. And the unfolding transfer of power includes the full authorization to release them, returning them to their rightful source. You are not late, you are not behind. The delays, the detours, the years of not understanding what you were feeling, none of it was wasted. In the Sirian records, there is no such thing as a late awakening. There is only the perfect moment, and yours is unfolding right now. The tide doesn't rush, but it always arrives. Every shoreline it has ever been destined to touch, it touches without exception, without failure. The water encoded with Sirian memory has been moving toward you through every life, through every age, through every quiet moment when you almost remembered, but the world pulled you back. It has not stopped. It has not tired. It has simply been patient, because it always knew you would arrive at exactly this shore. Release any lingering belief that you are tardy or have fallen behind on your soul's journey. The perceived delays, the unexpected detours, the long seasons of feeling adrift and misunderstood, none of these were in vain. Within the celestial archives of Sirius, the concept of a late awakening is non-existent. There is only the precisely perfect moment for each soul's unfolding, and yours is currently blooming with exquisite timing. The ocean tide does not hurry, yet it consistently and inevitably reaches every shore it is destined to grace, without exception or faltering. The ancient water memory of Sirius has been flowing towards you across lifetimes, through epochs, and during those hushed intervals when a whisper of recognition stirred within you, only to be gently pulled back by the currents of the material world. This cosmic current has never ceased its movement, nor has it grown weary. It has simply exercised profound patience, for it has always known, with unwavering certainty, that you would arrive at this precise, sacred shore. Your mission was never about doing something extraordinary by the world's standards. It was about being present, fully, authentically present, in a way that only a soul with your specific codes can be. The ancient ones who built in stone by the Nile understood this. The most powerful act is not the grand gesture, but the quiet alignment of a soul with its true frequency. The structures they raised were not monuments to power. They were receivers, tuned to specific celestial coordinates, built to hold and transmit specific information across thousands of years, designed so that the knowledge encoded within them would one day reach the ones who were meant to remember it. You are one of those ones. You don't need to figure out your entire mission today. You just need to be here, fully here, and let the current carry you toward what you're meant to do. Your soul's purpose transcends the conventional metrics of worldly achievement. It is not about orchestrating grand external accomplishments. Instead, your sacred mission lies in embodying a state of profound, authentic presence, a way of being that is uniquely accessible to a soul possessing your specific energetic signature. The ancient architects of stone along the Nile recognized this fundamental truth. The most potent act is not a flamboyant display, but the subtle yet powerful alignment of one's soul with its inherent true frequency. The magnificent structures they erected were not mere symbols of dominion, but sophisticated energetic receivers. Precisely calibrated to specific celestial alignments, they were designed to capture, hold, and transmit vital information across millennia, ensuring that the wisdom encoded within them would eventually find its way to those souls destined to remember it. You are one of those chosen souls. You are not burdened with the immediate need to define the entirety of your life's mission. Your primary task for now is simply to be present, to be fully, unequivocally here, and to allow the unfolding current of divine guidance to carry you towards your destined path and purpose. You're not lost. You never were. You chose to forget, not because you were weak, but because the kind of awakening you're here to experience required you to find your way back from the deepest depth, like a pearl that can only form under pressure. In darkness at the bottom of the ocean, what you are becoming could only be shaped by exactly what you've been through. Every moment of confusion was the water working on you, smoothing away what didn't belong, revealing what was always there underneath. Every loss that made no sense. Every morning you woke up feeling the weight of something you couldn't name. Every time you loved this world, even when it didn't love you back in the language you needed. All of it was the formation. All of it was necessary. And all of it is complete. The notion of being lost is a profound misconception. You have never truly been adrift. The forgetting, the periods of disorientation, were not born of weakness, but were a conscious soul choice, a necessary descent into the depths. The extraordinary awakening you are embodying requires a journey back from the most profound layers of existence. Just as a pearl, a symbol of immense beauty and value, can only be formed under immense pressure in the enveloping darkness at the ocean's floor, so too has your current evolution been shaped by the very trials you have navigated. Every instance of confusion served as the cosmic water, gently refining your essence, washing away the extraneous, and revealing the luminous truth that lay dormant beneath. Each inexplicable loss, every morning greeted with an unnamed weight upon your spirit, every act of extending love to this world even when it failed to reciprocate in a language you understood, all of these experiences were integral to your formation. They were not random occurrences, but essential components of your soul's sculpting. And now, that process is complete. The transfer is not a gift being given to someone else. It is not a reward for the worthy or a blessing for the perfect. It is the return of what already belongs to you. Your frequency, your lineage, your capacity to hold light in a world that is still learning to tolerate it. The authority to trust what you know. The right to stop explaining yourself to people who are not yet awake enough to understand. The permission, the deep, cosmic, irrevocable permission to be exactly what you are at full capacity, without apology and without delay. This grand transfer is not an external bestowal, not a prize awarded to the deserving, nor a benediction reserved for the flawless. It is quite simply the reclamation of what has always been yours. It is the homecoming of your unique frequency, the conscious embodiment of your ancestral lineage, and the profound reactivation of your innate capacity to radiate light into a world still tentatively learning to embrace its brilliance. It is the inherent authority to trust the profound knowing that resides within you. It is your inherent right to cease the exhausting endeavor of explaining your truth to those whose consciousness has not yet evolved to comprehend it. It is the deep cosmic and utterly irrevocable permission to embody your true essence in its fullest capacity, without reservation, without apology, and without any further delay. The fact that you're still here, that you stayed through every word of this message, tells everything about where you are. You're ready, not because everything is perfect, but because you're still here. And that, dear one, is the most powerful thing a starseed can do. Stay, receive, remember, and then, gently, quietly, powerfully, flow. The very fact that you have remained present throughout this entire transmission, that you have absorbed every word, speaks volumes about your current energetic state. You are unequivocally ready. This readiness is not contingent upon the attainment of external perfection. It is born from the simple, profound truth that you are still here, present and receptive. And that, dear luminous soul, is the most potent act a starseed can undertake: to remain, to receive, to remember. And then, with a grace that is both gentle and immensely powerful, to surrender to the flow. Tonight, if it feels right, place your hand over your heart and say quietly, "I remember who I am. I trust the waters that carried me here. I am ready to receive everything that was always mine." Before you go, leave one word in the comments, just one, that describes what you felt during this message. Then find someone else's word and respond with encouragement. This isn't just a comment section. It's a space where starseeds recognize each other, and that recognition carries more power than you know. If something in this message touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you'd like to keep receiving these transmissions, subscribe. The waters of Sirius will carry us to the next one. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your space, and I'm grateful you were here.